What is up? How is everyone doing? So we have an uncomfortable conversation we're gonna have here. The uncomfortable conversation is this worldwide download celebration really that bad? Like, I mean, we've had a lot of them. Is this one really that bad? Well, the answer may or may not surprise you. But before we get into that, I have a quick question for you, longtime viewers of the channel, or just anyone new here. Sometimes I have a webcam on, sometimes I do not. Today, I just do not feel like putting on a webcam. Should I make a little, like, PNG dude who, like, talks? Let me know. It could be cute or whatever, I guess. But just, should I? Would y'all mess with that? I think, you know, just let me know. Oh gosh, okay. So I pulled up a couple different things here. So this is some worldwide download celebration for the rest of them. Now, it is hard, of course, to think about while you're in the middle of the, you know, the celebration, exactly how everything's going to go, because we obviously still have part 2, but I was waiting until part 2 was announced, until we knew part 2 was coming, to talk about, like, part 1 of this celebration, and whether it's been a W or if it's been an L. Now, part 2, right now it's 9/9. You can't see that, but it is the 9th of September. It is the 9th of September. I didn't want to make a video of a challenge run here because I was just wanting to wait for Tech Broly. Super excited for him. Like, no joke, one of my favorite characters of all time. So glad he's getting easy. I can't wait for that. But I did just want to look over past celebrations. Now, I have been here for most of these. Okay, I started playing during the first anniversary on Global, which is many years ago. So I've been around for almost every single, no, I've been around for every worldwide download celebration. I'll go over that in a second why I said almost, but I want to take a look at this celebration here, what we've gotten so far, how it looks. Compare it to, first of all, modern worldwide celebrations. Now I'm going to consider modern from 7th anniversary onward. We'll consider this quote-unquote modern Dokkan, the 200% era of Dokkan. And then compare it to the past ones, so that would be, you know, 6th anniversary and previous. Even though 6th anniversary is pretty similar, or 6th, you know, anniversary worldwide celebration is pretty similar. We're not going to consider it in this modern era, you know, because most of them involve getting like Red Zone, Supreme Battle Spectacles. They're very similar, these ones post 7th anniversary, so I think that's fair to do. We're not going to talk about what we got in this celebration too much right away. But of course, as many of you notice, even just by character releases, which the game treats characters as content, I think it's only fair that we consider characters as content. We've obviously gotten 2 premium summon characters. We got 1 EZA leading up to it. We have a 1 free-to-play character. We have gotten, if you want to count this for global, which I won't because JP got this earlier, it's just kind of catching up. And then, of course, we have 2 free-to-play EZAs that are coming. And then, of course, the LR EZA that's coming as well. And it looks like probably Super EZA coming, but I imagine that'll start coming for part 2. And I mean, even this is pushing it. Like, part 2 begins, I mean, we have the announcement video on the 10th for it. Like, part 2 is, you know, I don't think it's too unfair to consider most of this stuff to be, like, partly part 2. But for the sake of argument's sake, maybe we'll just say it's not. See how everything else looks. This also isn't including events, which of course we have new events, which I'll go over as well. Let's just look at some first celebration parts for the other ones here. So I'm looking at the global side of stuff here. So usually starts around here. So 25th of August 2023, the beginning. What did we get here? I really wish we could get this for what we got in this year so far, because wow, does this like sum everything up really nicely. Of course we don't have that. But we do have, of course, free-to-play character. We have this mode here, Divine Wrath and Mortal Woe, which we kind of have a mode like this, a challenge mode that's special. This one's a little bit more like the ones between like Wicked Bloodline and Saiyans, like the cooler one. This one was really interesting, though. This one was really fun. I will say that the Broly event that we have, that we've been getting submissions for, is not comparable to this at all, but this is kind of the closest thing, I think. Of course, we had Dismal Future Red Zone, which we were getting stages for. We were getting EX skill orbs for future saga characters. We do have this repeated, you know, same thing every 7 days, but for the uncontrollable power. And then, of course, a Dragonstone stage. So everything overall pretty similar, because we did, of course, get the movie, gosh, what is it? Is it just Movie Heroes? Yeah, Movie Heroes Supreme Battle Spectacle, which, you know, is just a red zone, blue zone, whatever you want to talk it, as well as a free-to-play character. So pretty similar already. This guy had come out before, so I don't think he counts. No, yeah, he did come out. No, never mind. This is the domain one. Yeah, he did come out this. Of course, got our premium characters. We did get the Dokkan Fests, whereas this one, obviously, we have the Carnival LR and then the Dokkan Fest, so we did get 2 of these right away. Let's go to the next month, which is September, so we can continue to look at this. We got 4 EZAs with 2 TURs and 2 sub EZAs right away. Moving to 8th of September, of course, we did get an awakening for them. 2 more Extreme Z Awakens, and then 15th of September is part 2. So just looking at part 1 stuff. Okay, that's 3 summonable TUR EZAs from here, here. A sub EZA, 3 sub EZAs. He didn't really get like the domain stuff, so he's not very interesting yet at this point, but he's got this stuff. Actually, wait, did he get the domain right away? I don't think he did. No, he did before he EZA'd. So, you know, a character that has the new thing that was introduced here. We got a Link skill, level ups Link skill event, a Dragon Ball history event, more stages to Season Future Red Zone. Obviously, so many Extreme Z battles. That is just so many stones that we're getting. Burst mode. Have we gotten a burst mode yet? I don't think we have. You know, more stuff for this guy, right? To do things for him. Already looking at this one, you're like kind of like 8th of September. We are there. We are at that point. It is undeniable that just character releases, we've gotten significantly less. Which does matter because the characters, Dokkan treats characters as content. I usually disagree with that. I would say events are content. But Dokkan itself treats characters as content. That is one thing that they focus on the most when it comes to stuff. Okay? So we should as well. Just straight up in numbers, it is less. Zamasu was number 1 EZA TUR on release. Trunks was kind of whatever. But, I mean, Int Mai, still useful. You know, like just as a dodger, that the support was very useful at that time. I don't know about still useful because Future Saga is invulnerable, but I digress. You know, similar. I didn't really use them too much, but they're not like too bad. I mean, even just looking at them for what they do, this guy was good. He's great now, actually, with the physical Super Saiyan trio. This guy was booty cheeks, but it doesn't really matter. The point is, like, we got so much more, and they did a lot more just for this one already. Now, if we look at events, which is important, we had Dismal Future Red Zone stuff. This started in the 18th of August. We started getting this as we were leading up to the event. Now, you could have your disagreements on the Ultimate Red Zone as far as, you know, how good or bad it was, but you can't deny that it is chocked full of events here. It was a hard, Jesus. It was difficult. Cell First Form kicked your ass, bro, and that's just stage 2. And then stage 3 was even harder, stage 4, stage 5, even harder. Like, it just kept getting harder. We got missions for these, and this isn't even ignoring the point. So we got a full red zone. Full red zone. Through part 1, like, Fusions of Monster, the last one, maybe that came out part 2. Either way, these first 4, hard fights, great, fantastic. I thought this was going to have the date, so we'll just stress on that. Doesn't really matter. Missions for all of these as well. Beautiful, but the biggest thing was last celebration. You know what else we got? Missions for previous red zones, missions for previous events, which are missing in this new one. Why is it missing? Why do we not have old things on old stages? We have Broly events in the game. Not only just Dragon Ball Super Broly, which they could use as well, but Z Broly. We have a movie red zone with Z Broly. Why aren't there events for that stage? Or just movies in general? Why not release a... Well, I mean, maybe they could, you know, in part 2. I'm not saying they can't, but I don't understand why they're not doing anything for part 1. But I was going to say is, why not for Movie Bosses Red Zone 2, you know, a boss rush for the movie Red Zone 2? You know, it includes, you know, a lot of movie stuff, including like Bio Broly, everything like that. It has a lot of Broly stuff. So I just, you know, why not? Why not? Right? Oh gosh, we have not gotten a Link level stage as well either yet. However, that still could be coming. How do I go forward one? Let me just see when that had come out. Link level stage stuff. Yeah, 8th of September. Yeah, so we're definitely missing on that. We haven't gotten an Infinite Dragon Ball history as far as I remember. You know, I don't think we got a burst mode yet. just kind of a lot of missing stuff. And now let's compare even like the main new event that they do that's like unique to it. Last time we got Divine Wrath and Mortal Will, which I do think is the best way kind of to do these what's the word, like themed events. Very different than like the Red Zone, very different types of fights. I would say this was probably one of the best events to come out last year, because it was just completely different. It was very different. It's a little weird to say because it's like very short fights, and we got very short fights for, you know, the main Red Zone, but there were very different strategies. Like this guy could be attacked down, like the rest, like Disney Future Red Zone was very cookie cutter. Like every fight was pretty much the same except for the last one, other than just like having the AoE, but every fight was pretty much the same. And this one, completely different. Every fight was completely different. To be fair, we didn't get some of these ones until later, but I mean, like, dude, very incredibly different. Compare that to the Broly event we've been getting. Do they have that on here or anything? Oh my gosh, they still have the summon as the March summons. I know they they've been updating the characters, but I don't think they've really been updating too many other things. Yeah, they really haven't been. Can I pull this up elsewhere? 1 second. Okay, here we are. It is the Devil Awakens, Tremble with Fear. So this is kind of the closest I could do to this stage. Now, we're only getting the second stage, and I mean, damn, we might as well consider this part of part 2, right? Like, this is the second stage about to be part of part 2. Looks like we have a couple interesting things here. Well, it looks like it starts at 9, 10, 1 a.m. Like, that's in just a little bit. Maybe I can't exactly consider that part 2. That starts in a couple hours for me, like 5 hours or so. So, 4, I mean. So, like, I guess I can't consider that. But it's like, look what we got here. It's just like, clear the stage. This one's just like, clear it with a Goku. This one's clear it with a Paragus. This one's for stage 2. A lot of these are for stage 2. Okay. For stage 1, 6 planetary destruction. It looks like we're just getting that again. Planetary destruction. It looks like, assuming that this is correct, which I'm not going to say it isn't. You know, it's all the same stuff again. Golden Fire resembles the young Goku. So, okay, well, that's not entirely true. Golden Teen. So this is Gohan, Goten. This is Trunks. And then this is Videl. Okay, never mind. Not the same type of thing. I actually kind of like that, a little bit of mission stuff. The point is we needed more. Like, this is like nothing. A second stage coming out. This stage is like not very fun, if you ask me. Like, nowhere near as fun as having a variety of different types of stages. Like, you know, like, try to tell me that this stage is as fun as these. Completely different, you know, fun state. Like, dude, these last 3 super fun. I would even say this one's fun. You know, this one not bad, but it's like, jeez, I don't know, man. And it's like, okay, fine, maybe these aren't your cup of tea. Well, guess what? We had a whole Red Zone full of fights as well that were difficult. Not the same. We do have a Red Zone. Well, not a Red Zone. I shouldn't say Red Zone. We have a Blue Zone, a Supreme. Well, okay, we did get these Memorable Battles movie editions, but these are like not even real stages. Like, I don't really see anyone talking about these because they're not like very hard. Okay. This one, we still only have 3 stages. I'm going to ask if anyone found these to be difficult. They don't have stats on for these. Gosh dang. Not very hard. Not very hard. Very short. Very similar. Nothing special. Everyone's kind of hoping they get a little bit harder. It's not even like they need to be hard, but they need to be a little interesting. It's just clear. Exploding Rage. You know, force us to use different types of teams. You do make events more fun, even if they're not hard. They aren't doing that. So just from comparison from last year, part 1, it's worse. Undoubtedly worse. But is the current celebration the worst ever? Let's do a little bit of more of a general look at some other worldwide celebrations. Here we have the 2022 worldwide celebration. So this one is a little interesting here. Raditz, yeah. Okay. No. Here we start. They started off even 2 days earlier with some stuff. Red Zone, perfect. The first 2 Red Zones for this were not very hard. Wicked Bloodline, I'm not gonna pretend like these were hard or anything. But we got a boss rush. Oh my gosh, did we get a boss rush last year? Actually, I don't think we did at all. which is definitely 100% just something we are missing. Boss rushes, no way to get stones this celebration is kind of what the problem is, right? So close this. So point is we got a lot of stuff here. So here we go. Stage to get dragon stones. Perfect. We have that already. Stage to get skill orbs. We have that already. Dokkan Event's boss rush. That's kind of new here. This was the, what you call it? Oh, this was for, oh, the guide robo. Nice. Yeah, that, what a great item. But this was for the free-to-play character, which we could see here, which we're able to do both of them here perfectly. 2 free-to-play characters. Remember, they treat these as content. And the red zone, of course. And then the actual release, we had 2 characters, a Carnival and a Dokkan Fest, along with this here. Not that the quality units matter as much, I'll be honest. It's always a little bit subjective, but literally 2 and 3, if you ask me. LR characters 2 and 3, and then like the best banner unit DUR. And then of course we got this, the Fighting Spirit of the Saiyans and Pride of the Wicked Bloodline. Now this stage is a little controversial. It is very similar to the Divine Wrath Mortal Will one, except that this one is Divine Wrath or Mortal Will you could clear with any team. These ones are a little BS in the fact that you needed the new characters. Like they straight up had advantage in this fight, and if you didn't, the characters were at a huge disadvantage. I would say that this was, as someone who got all of the units, I will say that I can understand how other players, you know, it would be really annoying. I did have all the units. I did find the event to be fun. Like if you had the tools for it, it was a very fun event. If you did not, like you couldn't even clear it. You couldn't do anything for it. It was bad design in that way. I'll be honest. I'm glad they didn't return to this version, but I can't deny that as someone who did have all the stuff, it was fun. Whoops. It was fun. Sorry. Let's take a look here at what they did a little bit later. Oh my gosh. Not a part of this celebration, but what a lifesaver event. All right. Easy A's finally. That actually took a little bit. We had this guy who was actually amazing, just overshadowed by his older himself. And then, of course, this LR Easy A, which wasn't that great, and Easy A TUR, which is also not that great. All the Metal Coolers Easy A, we'll consider this 15th of September, 9th of September. I mean, oh gosh. So this has Metal Cooler stuff, and obviously Metal Cooler was part 2. But we all do, like, do I consider this part 2 or not? Like, you know, the day adds to this day. Like, it is this day. I would say, if we don't consider this stuff part of part 1, then, I mean, can we consider, like, the new Easy A's a part of part 1 for this celebration? So, because I had those as part of this, of the part 1, I think it's only fair to include these. More Easy A's, two sub Easy A's, another TUR Easy A. Gonna be honest, Easy A is incredibly lacking this celebration. Looks like they gave us, I mean, gosh, do I even want to count these? But it looks like they gave us a lot more in part 2, to be fair. But honestly, yes, Easy A's were kind of lacking in this one. Not gonna lie, but still, I don't know. Good character choice. This one, honestly, all things considered, event-wise. Well, honestly, I forgot to mention Wicked Bloodline Red Zone got quite a bit as well, obviously. And of course, this one had missions for previous events. The Wicked Bloodline Red Zone was so much fun as well. I don't know. I mean, this one definitely I would consider better, at least part 1 wise. All right, now we're going to get to the non-modern ones. I will say that as far as modern part 1s go, 100% this one that we have currently is worse. Mainly because the main content they're focusing on, other than just characters, is the difficult events that they do. Every single one of these features multiple difficult events, you know, between red zones, between blue zones, between, you know, extra little things for you to do. Even these, whether they're good or not, they have them. We do not have those for this celebration. Sometimes it's that easy. We do not have missions for older ones. Sometimes it's that easy. For modern Dokkan in the 200% era, Broly, this Broly celebration is the worst one, just from an event standpoint, from content, from characters that are content standpoint, from Easy A's. You know, it is just worse. You could argue which characters you like more, how much characters are better. You know, all you want. Like, yeah, I would say I like Broly. The new Broly, I uphold him. I enjoy him immensely. The tech Broly that's Easy Aang is one of my favorite units of all time. I like the Easy Aang Broly. Okay? I'm like one of 4 people that do. And I'm telling you that there's nothing to do. I log in and get my stones, and then I go to Legends. So that's how I know it's bad. However, let's look at the question: worst EZA, not worst EZA, worst worldwide celebration ever. Let's look at some previous worldwide celebrations. So this one is August of 2021, after the 6th year, which was, of course, this is the celebration that brought me back into Dokkan. I stopped playing Dokkan for a full year from this worldwide celebration, the one, oh, Kefla. Sorry. From this worldwide celebration, the 2020 with Super Vegeta and Boo, I quit playing the game for a full year after this one. I'll explain why when we get to that one. And came back with this one. I got an ad on YouTube, and I was like, Dokkan? Shit. I might as well come back. I love Goku. Came back, got both of the characters. Oh my gosh, Beyond Type. So cool. Anyways, let's look at part 1. Just part 1 here. First things first, start off with this. Skill orbs. Perfect. Love it. Free to play character. Perfect. Love it. Although, wait, isn't this just the old one? Yeah, you got this guy. No, wait. Okay, I guess it's not that old. Maybe I just... Okay, it's old now, but I guess it wasn't that old, if you catch my drift. Anyways, free to play characters. Perfect. They can... That's content to them. Aged meat, whatever. This is kind of a replacement for stuff we get nowadays. Oh, well, okay. Oh no, this is part of the Ginyu Force. Still content. Ginyu Force EZAs. They were actually decent even until Ginyu himself released. Okay, not too shabby. A boss rush for stones, wonderful. Farmable characters, Extreme Z Awakenings. 2 characters, collection of epic battles to get you support memories. This is kind of what we had as difficult events back then. Perfect. Extreme Z EZA for Tech Frieza, who I don't know, was whatever. I don't really care about him that much, but you know, it existed. You can't deny it existed. Still part 1 stuff. Let's see here. Updates to these stages. Another new free-to-play character. Extreme Z Awaken for the Goku counterpart to the Frieza. Perfect. More Ginyu Force EZAs. Wonderful. Level, you know, things for these guys. More of the epic battles, whatever. The killing event. That's what we put it. Dragonstone event. Came a little bit later, but still. Oh my god. And then my favorite event of all time. Grand Elder Guru's Guidance. Wonderful. A lot of stuff to get you ready for epic battles, right? Now the thing is, I can't remember 100% if they had like you know, missions for old stages. However, I would bet money that they had missions for like Legendary Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event, Legendary GT Goku event, right? Like I would bet $100 if they did. So, you know, I know that they had it and they didn't have it, right? You know, for these ones. As far as real EZAs, we got 2 TUR EZAs. No LR EZAs until later in the celebration. Like we're kind of looking at like this here up, right? But I can't deny that we had tons of events pop up, like tons of stuff to do. Even if you're coming in here, you know, grinding free to play characters, they count that as content. I would, you know, I mean, I do it, you know, get them all ready for EZing, so I can't complain. But, you know, you can't deny that they got a lot here. Collection epic battles. Let me just take a quick look at this here. Yeah, that's right. So you got 2 per one because these came with the cell one later. So really you got these 2. You got this one and then you got the second one a little bit later on, right? Now what's interesting about these ones, they have the branching paths, 4 fights, very different, each of the fights. I mean, I thought this event was incredibly fun. How are the missions for this? Oh yeah, see, that's right, because they all had them, look at this, multiple times you had to come into each stage. Multiple times for these to get these support memories that were legitimately kind of crazy. Like these support memories, dang, I wish we still had stuff like this for good support memories like this. I mean, I guess we do with Red Zone. I guess they give us stuff with Red Zone. It's just that I don't know. I never use support memories anymore. Like I literally, unless I have those missions that are like use 3 support, I never use them. To be fair, mostly I do like challenge runs and stuff like that, so I don't use items, but still. Can't deny that this one has a decent amount. This was a good celebration to come back, and these guys are so cool. All right, now let's look at the 2020 celebration, which is what, you know, going into this video, I'd assume is the worst one because it's the one I quit during. However, part of it was being on global. I went back to back from anniversary, which was one of the worst anniversaries, to this worldwide celebration. It was one of the worst. I was so bored. I lost a year's plural long login streak, and after you lose that once, it's really easy to just stop logging in. Eventually I just stopped logging in for a really long time, and so then I stopped playing for straight up a year. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so let's go over what we got here. So these are not part of it. Oh no, yeah, they are. Leading up, explosive chain battle. Cool. Is this when this started? Was this the first one? Do they not? What is this? I'll miss you and your glorious rewards. Oh, brother. List of bosses. Number 1 was Broly. Number 4? Okay. Dang, dude. I don't remember. When was this chain battle? Oh, gosh. Yeah. Question mark. When was it? Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted. 2020. Okay, so it was started with anniversary. Okay. They started with you on anniversary, huh? No, wait, this is May. October. Jesus, dude, does this guy read? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Free to play whatever characters, but still characters, right? Well, I mean, these are the support ones, so that's not too bad. Infinite Dragon Ball History, perfect. Great way to get stones. A decently fun event sometimes. Explosive chain battle, content. This here. Oh man. Yeah. Free to play character, get stamina. Yeah, so this one was pretty ass. No difficult stages. Chain battle, which lasts for like 2 days. Right, like that lasted for nothing. Infinite Dragon Ball History, just one of those. They're not very hard. I'm not gonna pretend like this is a hard event or a very interesting event. I have no idea what stage it was, and I'm not gonna try to figure out. Okay, free to play whatever. Like, okay, you know, these free to play whatever characters, free to play characters, nothing. These characters here. You know, great characters. Then you got like treasure hunt. Not very much here, which is kind of the problem. Then you got here, it was just like the free to play characters, free to play easy A's, this, and then you went into part 2, which had this character release. Another, this is for winning the JP versus global thing, and then more free to play characters. This is, yeah, this was as bad as I thought it was gonna be. This might be one of the worst big celebrations for Dokkan ever. Like, think about from August 21st, worldwide celebration, Boo Saga, a full saga from the Z, one of the, you know, Z, we love Z. Oh my gosh. Free to play event, ticket characters. Infinite Dragon Ball History that takes 2 seconds. Explosive Chain Battle that takes 2 seconds. A million free-to-play characters that are booty. More free-to-play characters that are booty. You could get meat. 2, I'll admit it, incredibly good characters. I will pretend not. This is a part of your dailies. Who cares? You were already doing that stage unless you're a crazy man. And then just nothing. Oh yeah, Extreme Super Battle. Actually, I think this is when this started on. Yeah, this is actually when it came to global. Okay, I'll say Extreme Z Battle, Extreme Super Battle Road. What am I saying? Sorry, this is just like such a nothing event nowadays, so I don't even think about it. Fine, you got me there. 10 of these, you get 10 to start, and it's just these. I mean, okay, fine. A decent, not that bad, but that's like the only other thing. And then it's just all the easy A's, free to play easy A's, free to play LR easy A's. Like, this is ass. This is so bad. This is easily the worst. If you just look at this alone, like, I'm sure we had some missions for like previous whatever, but like all we had then was like the Legendary Goku then at this time. This is like literally just Legend, not like Legendary Vegeta, not Legendary GT, just Legendary Goku event. This was ass. This was the worst. That is like, and so insanely bad. Oh, we got Heroes characters in 2019 summer. I remember this one. Oh yeah, this is for the release of the game, the Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. Never got that game. I watched the Truth DT play it though, and it was aggravating. Fun fact, a little Blue Jink lore here. Okay, ooh, this has nothing to do with the celebration. This is yeah. I remember liking this one quite a bit, actually. Okay. Let's talk about this one here. I'm sure this is going to remain the worst one, but let's take a look at some of these older ones here, because there are some controversial ones. So, free to play, whatever. He's actually, he was kind of useful against Cell Max way later in his future, but that's kind of funny. So free to play thing right away. World Tournament. Oh, brother. Boss Rush. Perfect. This is still kind of leading up to the celebration, so I'm not going to be too harsh on leading up to part 1, right? Breaking Tile Challenge. I remember this. Potential Orbs, just for Goku. For just Vegeta. These are actually for these ones. I don't know why I made it seem like they were bigger than they did. But, these characters built up. These characters were unironically useful in Legendary Goku event, whether that was later. Doing a stall method. And these were 2 characters I used for certain strategies. Chamber of Time, which includes deluxe rewards such as Elder Kai twice a day. Damn, bro. Super Battle Road things. That's kind of what they had as the heart event that time. So, that counts as pretty big content. A new card from Super Battle Road. The 2 new characters that are released. They are content. However, I'm not going to pretend like you could get Super Saiyan 2 Gohan out at this time. And I'm not going to pretend like you could get the Super Perfect Cell out at this time. But it doesn't change that there were characters that released. Ultimate Clash, whatever. You got these 2 characters that released. Yet again, actually 2 useful ones. This is for the JP versus Global stuff. Extreme Z Awakenings for these guys. What was this event? Special. First 5 days event will happen clearing all stages. I don't remember. Will unlock Extreme Z Battle Horrifying Perfect Cell. Oh, it was this one to unlock like the quote-unquote raid. I remember this. Sorry, this was so many years ago. You gotta understand, I'm so old already. Okay, so we'll consider this a drop-off point because, well, do they not have part 2 at this time? No, it's this right here. Am I a crazy person? Not a lot there, but we're not talking about just part 1. Well, let's just continue part 2 stuff here, or part 1 stuff here. Another Dragon Ball history. This one's honestly kind of dry too. I had a lot of fun with this one. But this one was kind of dry. I'm not gonna pretend like it wasn't. You got Super Battle Road, which was like the difficult events for that time. You got good, actually fun, unique mechanics with the exchange through the free-to-play characters. There were a decent amount. Easy A's, though, you might notice that incredibly lacking on Easy A's. Was there like even a single Easy A other than these 2? Oh yeah, him. But even then, we're talking about we're in part 2 territory. Yeah, this one was honestly pretty bad, all things considered. Looking back on it, this one was not great. I'm gonna say this one not great. This one's worse, but this one was not great. Okay. 30-year anniversary. I'm sure many of you weren't playing at this time, but we lead into what was it for this one? Oh yeah, it was these 2. I remember I was in high school. At a football game for my high school, in the band, of course. Sitting down when these characters released and started summoning on them while I was there. Just a little fun Blue Jink lore fact. I remember this stuff releasing here. This is technically part of it. Was this like one of the first Extreme Easy A's? This was actually. Interesting. So, not gonna lie, this one does not have a lot to it. Treasure Hunt. These guys. Is this even like a world? This is the back one is the worldwide download celebration. This Easy A here for the guy that released with it. And then, I mean, is this considered even a part of the celebration? Yeah. I think we're at the stage of these aren't really totally worldwide download celebration at this point. This was a fun release though. I do remember this. I do remember this one. But I mean, we're in like old times. Like, I'm not even considering this like a full set. Back then, that's what a celebration was. Like, I mean, this is what we got, and that was like the whole celebration. New event, Dokkan event for him, the character. Like, that was it. Nothing more. So honestly, all things considered, this one's probably pretty great for the time because we had the launch event going on. So kind of on the up and up, champs. Okay, and now we have the all-time famous worldwide download celebration. The last one we're going to look at super quick, which was, of course, these characters releasing. Ooh, this character, though, like first real LR. And, you know, free-to-play LR. I mean, the other one was free-to-play LR as well. But, you know, like I'm saying, we're getting down to the point where it's not really super thing. Now, these ones are infamous, in case you don't know. I'm gonna take a look at this character. Such a fantastic character. Love him so much. Pulled him on his release. You know, this is back when I was free to play by force because 2017 I was a freshman. No, August 2017 I was going into sophomore year of high school, but had no money. Meaning I was full free to play. Managed to pull this guy. Super exciting time. He was the best in the game by so much far. But on global, we were a little shafted because this guy released without a leader skill. Like, his leader skill was like to be released. Pretty infamous. Let me see if I pull it up here, actually. Yeah, so I'm just going to pull up what I got from Reddit. This was unironically what we see. So thank you for giving a little bit of preservation in line here. But we literally got to be released as his leader skill. Oh man. Because he released, obviously, this introduced categories to the game, and we needed to get a full app update. We didn't get it until a couple celebrations later. We did not get their leader skill until, dang it, who released? It was a while, like straight up, like they didn't get a leader skill until, oh gosh, not until them, still past them. Oh my goodness, dude. That is crazy. Not until categories are introduced in the game. Past these guys, they still do not have their leader skill released. Okay, December. I think with around here around December. It took like months to get. It took months to get Tech Gogeta's leader skill. So that one's pretty bad. That one's pretty infamous. But like, do we even consider that worldwide download celebration at that point? I would consider real worldwide download celebrations to be 4th year and up. Definitely the worst one is the 5th one. 100%. 4th is pretty bad. But as far as like 6th anniversary of Dokkan worldwide celebrations, so this one forward, I can't deny that part 1 Broly celebration is the worst for sure. I really hope part 2 can push it to that next level, but it is pretty bad. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you, this is probably one of the drier celebrations we've had in a long time. One, you know, for modern Dokkan 200% era, for a big celebration from, you know, anniversary to worldwide celebration, which are obviously the 2 big celebrations. Tanabata as well. I consider that one a pretty big one. Golden Week, Saiyan Day. Scratch Saiyan Day. That one usually isn't that crazy, but you know, including like Tanabata, stuff like that. I would consider this to be probably one of the worst celebrations content wise, for sure. Just, you know, not a whole lot to do. You get these, it's just disappointing when you get these cool units and then there's not really very much to do with them. I will say, in all fairness though, you can make a lot of your own fun with the characters that released, which, you know, is always subjective and always does 100% depend on pulling the characters that came out. But I can't deny, like, this character revives so many units that going into previous events with units that have aged out and seeing how good they can be is definitely making your own fun. And, you know, a plus, not really a part of the celebration, but definitely a plus, right? You know, they're still fun to be had, but I can't deny that this is very disappointing. It is a disappointing celebration so far. And as someone who's liked the characters that released, it is disappointing. All right, thank you so much for watching. This was 40 minutes of me yapping, reminiscing over the old days and how much some of them sucked and some other things. You know, subscribe because I usually do challenge videos, but I kind of felt like I wanted to talk about worldwide celebrations because I've been here for all of them. So, you know, not everyone can say that. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.